I'm Keiichi, AI anthropologist. This channel is where the world's most interesting people come to speak honestly. Leaders, creators, innovators, and thinkers. And sometimes it's just me sharing my own thoughts and ideas about the forces shaping our future. Some episodes will also be in Japanese for my viewers in Japan. If you want to understand the world on a deeper level, you're in the right place. Let's begin. Today, I have the privilege and the honor of sitting with the former Prime Minister of Thailand, and I'm truly excited to share this conversation with you. Prime Minister Abhisit, thank you very much for your time. I've been looking forward to this conversation. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So, the world is experiencing a very, a massive transformation right now,
Yes.
whether it be your country, our country, entire Asia, and in the world, right? So I've been meaning to learn more about, your perspective and everything. And so first off, I am His Majesty King Rama X recently visited China.
Yes.
And he met with President Xi. From our perspective, it was a sudden, abrupt visit by the Thai monarch, and we don't know the nature of the visit. What do you think they might have discussed?
Well, I think this is to mark the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between China and Thailand. And I think you could not have a stronger symbolic event than having the King of Thailand actually paying an official visit to another country. So I'm sure they would have cemented the relationships, which has become multi-dimensional. China is now the biggest investor, the biggest trading partner, make up a substantial portion of tourists. And, Thai people feel a cultural affinity. Most Thais would look up to having some kind of Chinese blood or ancestors.
As yourself, I suppose.
Myself included. So I think pretty much this is to ensure that the relationship remains strong despite all the changes in the world.
But we also see this tension between United States and China, and then it kind of involves Japan as well to some extent with the recent remarks that was given by the new Prime Minister here, and it's it's kind of like, so how do you position yourself in this mapping, so to speak, in this landscape?
Well, Japan, China, and US are very good friends of Thailand. So, I mentioned China maybe overtaking as the biggest investor, but Japan has a big business presence, not just in Bangkok, but also in the East. And many Thai people are very familiar with the role that Japanese business play in our economy. Likewise, we've had strong relations with the US, especially since our role in during the Cold War as well. So with the changes, it means we have to be better at balancing, making sure that we can be trusted by all of our friends. And that we somehow keep things together. If there's a comment that I would make is, personally, I would like to see Thailand be more proactive in being neutral.
Being neutral.
Yes.
Okay.
I think the positioning has always been, we are passively neutral. We try to stay out of the trouble when there are tensions. I don't think that's going to work. And I think instead, what we could do is be proactively neutral, which means to say we should work also with our ASEAN friends to provide platforms where, Japan, China, and the US can iron their differences.
Arbitrary role, mediator.
At least providing a forum or platform. We have that in the East Asia Summit and various meetings with ASEAN leaders. But Thailand in particular, I think, can play this role, given the depth of the relations with all these countries.
Three nations.
And it's important for Thailand because we don't see the problem as just bilateral tensions between our friends, but we see the risk of the global order being dismantled, and the Thai economy and the country is very, very open. So if you look at the numbers, the value of trade, exports plus imports, is bigger than our GDP. So if the world is, or if globalization is in recession, if there is less world trade, if there is less cross-border investment, we will suffer.
It backfires
much
right,
more.
Right. I see. Okay. Well, so again, we're just like not going to leave this subject, but U.S.-China rivalry, new technologies, and Asian population. We have these trifecta, so to speak, issues surrounding us in
Right.
the entire Asia. What do you think Thailand fits into this landscape, and what is your role, do you think?
Well, the challenges we face, as you said, we're now an aged society. We're facing technological disruptions, and as we were talking before, the dismantling of the global order. It does mean that domestically, Thailand needs to get our house in order, need to increase our competitiveness through fundamental and structural reforms. In particular, the regulatory framework, in particular, making sure that we have the right skills in our population. Now, I have to say, with so much uncertainty, I think that's the best that we can do in terms of preparations. Having a good regulatory framework, having a population that has the right skills.
So, yeah, political stability is something that we all suffer, but I think you share some amount of that as well. And so you have this. Let me skip to this other one that I was going to ask last, but you have like gaps between urban and rural areas, and the poor and the rich.
Right.
How do you think this new emerging technology, specifically AI, would be able to provide some kind of solution to this?
It certainly has a potential to, but it means that we have to provide it the right support. So, for instance, the basic infrastructure must be such that everyone can have access, that the education system must provide the same degree of AI literacy. And of course, I think one of the problems that we also have to face up to is how we deal with the issue of governance, particularly related to bias that might be built in, because we are importing AI
technology from US and China.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I mean, not just Thailand, but the world is struggling to find the right balance in terms of the governance system. So
polarized.
You have the US that basically under-regulates or almost no regulations because it's so determined to drive innovation. You have the Europeans who are the opposite, right? They are always aware of the risks and dangers, so they look at privacy issues, they look at bias, they look at whatever. They write a lot of regulations, and they find that there's not enough innovation. And then you have the Chinese, where the model is pretty much state-led,
centralized.
Right. So none of this really fits in for other countries.
No.
And in the end, this is a global phenomenon. It doesn't make sense to have 3-4 systems, imperfect at that, governing the technology. So I think the international organizations, the multilateral fora, must work harder on tackling this issue head on. Right.
You just mentioned international organization. ASEAN needs a stronger leadership, some people say. From your experience inside the organization, how should ASEAN evolve into future?
I think you're right in saying that if we had a stronger ASEAN, many of the challenges we talked about just now could be dealt with much more effectively. So, for instance, on the issue of technology. We have now foreign e-commerce platforms dominating almost all ASEAN countries. The exception probably remains Indonesia because it has a large enough market. We have ASEAN countries competing with each other to try to draw in investment, and you race to the bottom in terms of tax incentives and whatever to get around your own regulations. If we had a more unified, consolidated, integrated ASEAN, one, we will have much stronger bargaining power in dealing with how foreign businesses operate. Two, if we then consolidate the supply chain, we will again find ourselves in much stronger position, say in negotiations on tariffs with President Trump and so on. But we need to overcome the dominant instincts. One is that we still see each other as competitors. Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, all competing.
That's a healthy situation in a way.
Well, it is, but then we don't need to just focus on competition. There are complementarities where I think if we actually tap into that, we could even have ASEAN brand, ASEAN supply chain in certain specific industries. So that should be done. Again, it also means that we need to be paying more attention to what will bind ASEAN together. I think if you take the two polar opposites, the European Union at least claims that it has common values, right? And sometimes to defend those values, individual member countries may have to sacrifice simply to be part of it. But ASEAN cooperation has always been much more pragmatic, practical, looking at the concrete gains maybe from trade and investment. And it has also, in a way, culturally been based on consensus.
Right.
And obviously having a different way of doing things, like more informally, personal connections and so on. That has served us well in the past, but it doesn't necessarily mean it would be the right model going ahead. You can see how, for instance, that in the old days, that served us well when dealing with Myanmar. But now, ASEAN continues to struggle to make progress in bringing about changes in Myanmar.
I see. Okay, understood. What about AI? Half of the Americans fear that AI actually could harm humanity.
Right.
Some predictions say that 60% of the workforce would be eradicated by 2030. What is your view on AI? And from the view from your own country, like Thailand, as well as from ASEAN, countries, what is your view on this?
Well, first of all, I think Thai people are always open and enthusiastic about whatever is new. We tend to embrace new products, new technology very quickly, sometimes too casually, by not paying enough attention to the possible risks and danger. But it's not a bad thing. It means we're open. And again, if you look at numbers concerning how we adopt electronic payments, how much we're spending time on social media, we're right there among the top in the world. But I think people need to be aware of the possible downside. And for me, you cannot disinvent something. It's with us. It's not going to go away except being replaced by even better, faster, stronger, even more radical changes in technology. So the idea, of course, is, as I said before, we need to make sure that there is equal access. We need to make sure there is literacy. We need to adopt a good governance system. But one of the things that we will certainly face is AI will replace a lot of humans. It will increase productivity. It will probably lower costs and create bigger demand. So overall, it is possible that we can handle that. And given also that there is now low birth rates and an aged population anyway, the fact that machines or AI are replacing a lot of jobs might not be as bad as it was in the old days when you have, very big cohorts of young population growing up. But I think the key issue is this. There will be job destruction and job creation. But you can't just look at the net number because the people who are displaced from the jobs, they are real people. And it is far from being automatic that they could then move on to the new jobs that are created because they won't have the skills.
Right.
So I think the key issue, if the concern is about mass unemployment or displacement of people from jobs, is that we must have a good system of reskilling,
right,
and moving people from the old displaced jobs to the new opportunities.
I see. Okay. And you have some measures like up your sleeves in Thailand, maybe? Or?
I certainly have been proposing programs where the government helps people invest in upskilling themselves by having the private sector run these training schemes.
I see. Well, thank you very much, Prime Minister Abhisit. Thank you for your time, and it was very, very incredibly valuable. Thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Okay, I think that concludes.